Hello, and welcome to Tech Classes with Houston Public Library. I'm Jasmine, and today I'll be sharing with you the tips and tricks of internet safety, including email and online shopping safely. If you want to stay safe online, you'll need to understand these risks and learn how to avoid them. By the end of this class, you will be able to understand the need and tips on how to create a secure password to do just about everything on the web, from checking your email to online banking. Understand the built-in security features available on your browser to help protect your computer and the simple tips you can use to stay safe online. Understand how to identify and avoid potentially dangerous content in your inbox, including spam and phishing attempts, and to protect yourself from email scams, malicious software, and identity theft. To get started, let me remind you there's always no limit to what you can do online with the internet. Unfortunately, this also means that your computer can often give you a false sense of security. But to stay safe online, you will also need to take a more careful approach. Behave online as you would in a shopping mall. Most people don't consider a mall to be an especially dangerous place, and you shop, have a meal, or spend time with friends. Yet, you probably wouldn't leave your car unlocked or give your credit card number to a stranger, right? It's important to have a similar mindset when you're online. You shouldn't be afraid to use the internet, but remember that it comes with many of the same risks you'd face in the real world. First things first, you will need to create a secure password to do almost anything on the web, from checking your email to online banking. You may be wondering, why do I even need a strong password anyway? Think about the password as the keys to your house. You always need to keep your keys safe with you, but once in a while the key may be misplaced, and whoever finds the key may try to get into your home. Although most websites are secure, there's always a small chance someone may try to access or steal your information. This is commonly known as hacking, and having a strong password is one of the best ways to defend your accounts and private information from hackers, who are individuals attempting to steal your information. It might be easier to have a short, easy-to-remember password, but this can mean serious risk to your online security. To protect yourself and your information, you'll want to use passwords that are long, strong, and difficult for someone else to guess, while keeping them relatively easy for you to remember. The simpler it is, the riskier it is. For example, don't use something like your street number, street address, birth date, and not something in a sequence, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as your password. Instead, try to include a combination of numbers, symbols, and both uppercase and lowercase letters within your password. Best practice is to use between 8 to 12 characters without including any obvious personal information or common words. Also, don't use the same password for multiple accounts. If someone discovers your password for one account, all your other accounts will be exposed and could be accessed by hackers. Now that you understand the importance of having a strong password, feel free to pause here and change one of your commonly used passwords. Next, we will focus on how you can protect yourself with added internet security simply by using the built-in security features in your web browser. Let's look at some of the most important features you should know about, as well as some simple tips you can use to stay safe online. To begin, make sure your web browser is updated regularly. New viruses and malware are created all the time, so it's important to update your browser regularly if you have a personal device. Also, when you're online, be careful what you click on. There are many malicious websites that often use misleading web addresses to trick users. For example, www.ready.com looks like www.ready.gov, but it has a com instead of gov in the end. Therefore, look twice before you click. To let you know the website is a trusted site, some will display a lock symbol in the address bar. This is most common with certain types of websites, like online stores, government sites, and banking sites. This means the website is using an HTTPS connection, which makes it safe to enter your personal information. You'll also see HTTPS at the beginning of the URL. Unfortunately, this symbol is not on all websites because not all websites need this extra layer of security. Now let's look at how to identify and avoid potentially dangerous content in your inbox, including spam and phishing attempts, to protect yourself from email scams, malicious software, and identity theft. If you shop or bank online, you might notice that retailers use email to communicate about sales, shipping and delivery updates, and updating their privacy policies. Believe it or not, scammers and cybercriminals create emails that mimic this form of communication from reputable retailers. To protect yourself from email scams and identity theft, you'll need to understand how to identify and avoid potentially dangerous content in your inbox, including spam and phishing attempts. What is spam? Spam is a term often synonymous with junk mail, like the advertisements you get in your mailbox. When you receive an email, most email providers will check to see if it's a real message or spam. Any likely spam messages will be placed in the spam folder so you don't accidentally open them when checking your email. Although spam filters generally do a good job of filtering out the unimportant mail, there may be times when emails you need to read end up in your spam folder. Make sure to check your spam folder regularly. Many email services also have a feature you can use to mark emails as spam. In Gmail, for example, you can select the message and click the Mark as Spam button, which helps filter out these types of messages in the future. Phishing scams are messages that try to trick you into providing sensitive information. These often appear to come from a bank or some organization you typically use, and they'll ask you to re-enter a password, verify a birth date, or confirm a credit card number. Phishing messages usually look authentic at first glance, but that is one of the scammers' tactics to get you to open these types of emails and provide the information they would want. A good rule of thumb is to look before you click or open a link, especially in your email. Finally, there are many other types of email scams you may encounter. Some will promise to give you a lot of money if you advance a small amount up front. Others may pretend to be from people you know in real life, and they'll often ask you to send money or download an attached file. Remember to trust your best judgment, particularly with phishing and scamming emails. Never send someone money just because you received an email request. You should also never download email attachments you are not expecting. Check with the sender of the message if you are not sure. Don't let your personal information be taken. Now that you know what to look for and what to avoid, you can have a much safer experience online. If you're looking to expand your learning on cybersecurity, you can access lynda.com with your MyLink card. Begin by going to houstonlibrary.org. Use your MyLink card and PIN to log in and start learning today. No MyLink card? If you need additional help getting your MyLink card, call 832-393-1313 to speak with one of our friendly and knowledgeable librarians.